Hi yogis and yoginis. So we're going to do a posture called Swan Pose. So Swan Pose as a back bend. You may again want to have a blanket handy in case you need extra padding, and you may also want some blocks for this posture. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring my right leg forward, my left leg back. Okay, I'm coming up onto my hands. For some people, this pose bothers the front knee. If it does, sometimes bringing the knee closer to the center of your body will fix that. Sometimes it won't. So if this does bother your knee, then you just want to skip this pose and use one of the other postures, either for a back bend or for a hip opener. Okay, but if your knee is feeling healthy, then go ahead and bring your leg. So keeping myself upright, and maybe this will be a back bend for you here. You may be feeling some compression in the lower back. If so, you can stay here. Or you can start to walk your hands back. Again, I'm going to be feeling some compression in my lower back, but I also may feel a nice big stretch through the hip flexor of the back leg or some work in the front hip. Any of those are good. Okay? And you can keep walking your hands back to whatever amount is comfortable for you. Again, with the back foot, you can either curl the back toe under, or you can just keep the back foot flat, doesn't matter. And some people, they're quite open, like to take blocks here, okay? And to use the blocks to help them to come up even higher. Okay, so practicing at your own level. This is a back bend. It's a little harder to hold this particular back bend for a long amount of time. So I'm going to time this for 3 minutes. But if you have not got a lot of yin experience, you may just start with a minute or 2. I'm just going to let my eyes close, and I'm going to bring awareness again into this posture. Maybe just watching your experience here. Or sending your breath to the muscles here and the joints that you're feeling. Blocks, you can just move them. There's a couple of ways that you could come out of this pose. If you know and love downward dog, you could always curl your back toe under and step up to downward dog. I'm actually just going to lean over into my front leg and bring the back leg forward. Okay. Okay, so in your resting time, you could either just kind of sit like I am and take a few breaths to rest. You could come up to downward dog. You could push back into child's pose. Basically, whatever your body is asking for you to do would be a good idea. And just taking a minute here before we switch sides. Maybe moving the feet or just resting in stillness. Okay, so Swan Pose on the other side. So I'm going to bring my left leg forward. Bring the right leg back. And again, the position of this front knee is very personal, so you can decide if you want it out to the side or if it's better for you if it's the center. You could stay right here on your hands. You could walk your hands up. Okay, you could come to the fingertips, and you can also use blocks underneath your hands. And again, I'm going to time this for 3 minutes. If you're newer to yin, though, you may want to try for 1 or 2 minutes and then work your way up to 3. Those of you who have a fair bit of yin experience can do 3 or even more. So again, I'm going to use blocks, but if this is too much for you to come back down to the hands, okay, or walking the hands back. You can adjust the arms completely for your body. Target area is to feel some compression in the lower back, but I may also feel a stretch through the hip flexor of the back leg or even the hip and the butt of the front leg. Once you've got yourself in position, just taking a moment to close your eyes and find the sensation in your body. And either just watch this experience with your mind's eye, or maybe send your exhales to these tight spots. The back foot again can either be pointed back or curled under. Again, that's personal preference. Slowly just moving your blocks if you use blocks. Again, there's a few ways out of this pose. You could curl the back toe under and step up to downward dog if that's what you'd like to do, and pedal your feet. Or you can lean over and bring the back leg forward. Taking a minute here. Taking a minute here just to stretch the legs out, maybe pointing and flexing the feet or moving the knees or just resting in stillness. So there you go, Swan Pose as a back bend. Again, target area is compression in the lower back, or maybe you might even feel some work in the hip flexors as well as the front hip. I hope that you found that helpful. If you like this video, take a moment to like it and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want more videos, longer sequences, and videos that I only share with my email list, then take a moment to hop on over to my website at nickdanu.com and sign up for my email list. Thank you. Namaste.